Good day, everyone. I wanted to hop in and talk about synchronicity, give an example of how it works, and explain a little bit about listening to intuition as well. So, to start off with, synchronicity is about events that are coordinated, that have a thread through the divine, that orchestrate things in your life that you don't expect to happen, but when you look at it after the fact, you understand that they are related and were coordinated by the divine. I hope that makes sense. I'll explain with my explanation. So, what it is two events that happen that when you look at it are not correlated to one another, but when you see the end result, you see how they are correlated and orchestrated by the divine. So, this week I went to the dentist, and I was supposed to go on Wednesday, but I ended up going on Tuesday because I was doing a session, and then once I was done the session, I had noticed that I had a text message. And so when I called back, they said, we want to do COVID screening before you come tomorrow. And off the off chance, it was 11:44 when I looked at the time, which is also an angel number. I said, what time do you want me to come if you wanted me to come today? And they said, can you be here for 12 o'clock? That's why I know it was 11:44. So anyways, I said, that's only giving me about 15 minutes. They said, well, you're not far away, are you? And I'm like, no. But depending on how traffic is, blah, 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 I said, okay, I'll come for 12 o'clock. So she came out, did my screening, brought me in, said that you need to sit down for a few minutes because your hygienist isn't ready yet. So I said, okay. So I was sitting down for about 5 minutes, and the hygienist came and she said, hi, Kelly, how are you? Come and sit down. So I went to go sit in the chair, and to begin with, I wore my agate crystal to try to help to ground me because I don't like the experience of going to the dentist. When I was little, there was no freezing, and as soon as when I hear that drill, I think of what's going to come next. So anyways, to continue with my explanation of synchronicity, I was sitting in the chair and she says, how are you, blah blah blah, and I had never met her before. So I said, it's nice to meet you, how are you doing? And she says, okay, it'll be easy today, it's just a cleaning, blah blah blah. And I said, okay, fantastic. And she says, well, I appreciate you coming in for us today because we weren't busy, and being flexible in your schedule. And I said, well, that's nice because now that I'm retired, it's nice that I'm able to schedule things during the day, and I can accommodate things in that way to try to help out whenever I can. So then she continued to do my teeth, and as she was getting near the end, she said to me, she says, how are you enjoying your retirement? And I said, well, I'm enjoying it very much. I said, some people are wondering, like, why would you retire during COVID, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, I'm enjoying it so much because I get to play, I get to do the things that I enjoy, researching things. And I said, besides, I have my own business that I had before I retired that has to do with healing. And I'm a Reiki Master teacher, and she didn't know what that was, so I explained it. And then I said, and also I'm a medium. And she said, what? I said, yes. I said, I also do mediumship. She says, you know what? She says, I've been wanting to get a hold of a mediumship. Do you have a card with you? And I said, no, unfortunately I ran out of the house, and I have a kit that I have together when I do my mediumship, and my cards are in that bag. She says, okay, then you can write it down for me afterwards what your website is. And so I said, sure, no problem. So we continued to finish up. And afterwards, she gave me a piece of paper and she says, please write down your website. And I said, okay. So I wrote it down. Anyways, what I wanted to talk about in that way was when we got chatting, and it's about recognizing the synchronicities and how the divine orchestrates things. It's like a finely tuned instrument. So at any point I could have said no about going on Tuesday. Then she also told me that she was not the hygienist, but the other hygienist that was supposed to work on me was running late. And so she took me as the appointment. And so that was another thing. She wasn't supposed to be my hygienist. At the last minute, that was changed. And then when she asked me about my retirement, like we were close to finishing up, she didn't have to ask that, and yet she did. And then as I was explaining, I said, I'm a Reiki master. I have my own healing business. You know, I enjoy doing that, and I help you. I do coaching as well. But at the last minute, I said that I'm a medium. If I hadn't said that, then it wouldn't have connected the dots about how she was looking for a medium and really how finely tuned that instrument was in order to be played by the universe to orchestrate things in our life so the two of us could have met. Amazing. So with that, I gave thanks to universe and just remembering about answering the call and standing up for what you enjoy, what you're putting out into the world. Now, a funny little story before I end about intuition. To honor your intuition, no matter whether you think it's out in left field. So I was out shopping for a birthday gift for my little grandson. He's going to be 2 years old. And a hat, a little like straw, like top hat, came into my view. And I'm like, I really love hats, and I would love to get him a hat, but I don't know if he would if he would enjoy wearing it. Like, would he take it off? Blah, blah, blah. Anyways, yesterday, my son sent me a picture, and it was my 2-year-old grandson with my other grandson and my son going out for dinner. And what do I see? My little grandson wearing a hat in the picture. And I said to my son in the message, I said, oh my Lord, he looks so sweet. I said, what's with the hat? He looks so cute in the hat. And my son said, Ma, he didn't want to leave the house without it. So also talking about how the universe gets our attention, I was shown just out of the corner of my eye, not even having the attention to look for a hat. And then my son showing me the picture of him wearing the hat the whole time, all through dinner. Anyways, oh, I almost forgot. The card, this is from the spirit animal oracle. The energy for this week is, dear ones, armadillo spirit, and it says set healthy boundaries. And with that, as things are opening up more and dare I say things coming back to at least a resemblance of what our normalcy usually is or has been in the past. Anyways, setting healthy boundaries is about our ability to be able to say no. And some of us as empaths are not very comfortable with saying no. And what I'm encouraging and what the card is showing us is that in the past, things that we would have said no to, things that we wouldn't have said no to that we would have been okay with, like say, for example, your friend is doing a garage sale and you have to commit 4 hours of your time. Now, Spirit is asking us to set healthy boundaries in the way of you have the ability and the right to say no if you feel that there's other things that you'd rather be doing, if there's too much on your plate, if you're tired and exhausted and need that time to rest, if you need time to spend time with your friends, maybe in a shorter quantity of time and quality of time that you're sharing with them. So also what it is saying, what is coming up for me, what Spirit is telling me as well, is about where does our energy end and the other person's energy begin? To know to clean our energy field as well. so that we are able to know where our space is and how we're able to ground more easily and be able to set those boundaries so that we don't have a leaking of our energy. And so, with that, dear ones, I want to say have an excellent week ahead. I hope that makes a little more clarity about what synchronicity is, being able to listen, and being able to tap into your heart and see, okay, like I knew there was an urge, like I wasn't even playing, I was about ready to say no. Interesting about boundaries that I just said that too. But I'm like, if I get this done today, then I'm free tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. So, again, with that, look for the synchronicities in your life, keep healthy boundaries, and with that, I say blessings. Bye, all.